Hello and welcome to Supernatural Files. This episode is dedicated to superstition. I'm here at Rabbit's Lane and there is a crossroads. So good omen, bad omen. Why is that? Well, they say if on the first of every month you say, white rabbit, white rabbit, white rabbit, you're going to have a month of good luck. But if you stand on a crossroads at certain times, you're going to have bad luck. We have all heard the saying, I'm at a crossroads in my life. Well, that comes from being at a crossroads and taking the right path. Robert Johnson, the jazz musician, wrote a song called At the Crossroads. He actually believed that he had sold his soul to the devil. He even said, "The devil paid for my suit." It's certain times of the year that the veil at a crossroads, the two worlds meet. And our world and the next are as one. There's a lot of sadness at a crossroads. People that committed suicide were not allowed to be buried in consecrated ground. So they were buried at a crossroads. Look at this beautiful old smithery. Here I am in this wonderful place. There's so much superstition to do with horseshoes and the blacksmith. The blacksmith was considered to be extremely lucky because he worked with iron. The iron had a magical thing towards it because it was an element that just did not burn. The blacksmith was considered very lucky because he worked with horses, and horses were supposed to be something that witches feared and would stay away from. We always think of the lucky horseshoe. Which way up do you have it? If you have it this way up, it's supposed to hold your luck. But they also say that the devil can easily sit on there. Blacksmiths tend to have it this way up, and the blacksmith and his apprentice used to have it this way up so that the luck could come into the horseshoe, into their beautiful premises and protect the whole place. Also, the ancient Greeks used to have superstition about horseshoes, and they used to think of them as the crescent moon. I have several horseshoes at my home, and I always think of them very lucky. Another thing is that 7 nails will be placed into the horseshoe because your life is supposed to change and your body is supposed to change every 7 years. I just feel this is nice, just holding this beautiful old horseshoe that was on a horse. So I think I'll be hanging this one up on my place today. Superstition goes back thousands of years, as we know. But what about now in modern society? Well, it's still steeped in superstition. I don't think we realise just how much. We go about our daily tasks, and how many things do we do that are actually good omens, bad omens and superstition? If you think of the modern day bride, something old, something new, something blue, something borrowed. Well, it's all for good luck and good omens. And the blue is the big protector. The colour blue is the protector for her. And it's often worn underneath. So hence the modern garter. Also, you often see a bride with a lucky horseshoe. Again, the wonderful horseshoe. So that's now. But what about other things? Do you walk under a ladder or do you walk round? Well, I tend to walk round just to be on the safe side because I'm actually quite superstitious. Now, if you go back to the ancient Egyptians, they believed that if a ladder was up like that, it formed an actual triangle, which their pyramids are based on, to worship their gods. So for you to walk under this ladder would be an insult to their gods, especially their sun god Ra. So it was a no-no, and it would be definitely bad luck for you. Another thing about the ladder is a condemned person on their way to the gallows would have to walk all the way round under that ladder. Imagine that, then that last fatal journey up those steps. So, if you walked under that ladder, you're tempting fate as well. So, think about it next time you pass a ladder. A mirror. 7 years bad luck if you break one. Well, that goes back to Roman times. They believed that the mirror could contain your soul. So if you broke a mirror, it would take 7 years to amend, because that's how long your mind and body would take to heal. Mirrors were also used to see if a person with a bad illness would survive. The mirror was dipped into water. The sick person would look into the mirror. Now, if they saw a distortion, they would surely die. But if it was clear, they would live. I think every time you dip something into water, there would be some kind of distortion on it. So I'm not too sure if I like that method. What else is there? I'm not sure if you know this one, but it's a northern one. Miners used to put the shoes of deceased people and relatives on a table as a matter of respect. So again, if you put your new shoes on the table, you were tempting fate. And of course, it was thought of as disrespectful as well. There are so many different things to do with superstition. You've only just got to think about the jewellery you wear, the things that you do. For instance, I wear this beautiful gold bracelet which belonged to my late mother. I've worn it every day since she passed. And if I, for some reason, forget to put it on, oh boy, does it make me feel uptight. And sometimes I've even driven home just to put it on for that security. How many of us put a special necklace on or carry something? Look at tennis players, they wear their favourite socks. All kinds of sportsmen do this as well. How superstitious are we? Well, we're doing a survey just to see how superstitious this country is. And I think you'll find out we're pretty superstitious. Now let's look at the darker side of superstition. This is a real hand in this box. It is of a condemned person that went to the gallows. The right hand would be cut off while the body was still hung from the gallows. Also, the fat from the body would be taken. This would be made into a gruesome candle and used in various kinds of rituals. This would mean that the intending person could not stir a finger again.